Some traditions are carried forward in stories. Others live on through the things we choose to make. And just pray that I don't mess it up. Before I met Yulin, I knew almost nothing about the Choctaw Nation. As we built a life together as artists, I watched him preserve stories from his people's history through his paintings. When we decided to get married, he mentioned that he wanted to wear a traditional Choctaw wedding shirt. It felt only fitting that I would make it. If you're new here, my name is Helen. I'm a classically trained oil painter, and I make videos about the things I make, the things I'm curious about, and the beauty and meaning we can find in ordinary life. Today is the day. I am starting my fiance's Choctaw wedding shirt. I'm getting married in June, and the plan is to make Yulin's wedding shirt and my wedding dress in what now is a couple of weeks. I've been planning this for about 2 months now, doing sketches of my dress, researching how to go about this, finding patterns, looking for fabric, ordering fabric, waiting for the fabric to get here. And now here I am finally, ready to begin. I'll admit I'm a little bit nervous because I've never sewn a shirt like this before, or any shirt for that matter. I'm a complete beginner when it comes to sewing clothes. I'm not a beginner when it comes to sewing. I do know how to use my sewing machine, but nothing like this. So it's going to be interesting. So this celebratory type of Choctaw men's shirt, it's based off the 18th and 19th century men's European shirts, and they were adapted and reinterpreted by the Choctaw people. So these shirts, they come in all kinds of different colors, and so I really gave it some thought and listened to what, Yulin desired, and we narrowed it down to a really beautiful olive green, and the diamond pattern, which I'll get into, is going to be in an off-white, like ivory white, on top of the green. So I took his measurements, and I'm going to start with just some muslin and do a practice shirt, which feels like a safe choice because given the fact that I've never done this before. So I'm by no means an expert on this. It's just a fun journey that I'm embarking on, and hopefully something good will come of it. I don't know why this part makes me so nervous. Maybe because I've been waiting for so long to get these pieces, and now I'm actually cutting into them. It was surreal when the fabric came in the mail and I opened the box, and it was the reality of holding the fabric I'm going to be making my wedding dress with was quite a moment for me. It's really nice to be able to go and make an appointment and try on wedding dresses in a really beautiful wedding dress boutique. However, that experience that I had opening the box and holding the fabric that will become my wedding dress, not actually seeing the dress yet, but holding the fabric that I spent so much time researching and really thoughtfully picking out, it hit different. It was really special, and I wonder if I would have felt the same if I went into a boutique and just had like this overwhelming selection to choose from. That I don't think it would have been the same experience. It would have been different, still really lovely and surreal, but I don't think I would trade this one for the other one. My dress might be a little weird. It might not come out to be the most beautiful wedding dress in the world, but it's something I made. It's kind of special.
I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two outlines. I like to see the shape you're in from.
The shirt already feels like it's coming to life just by seeing this one piece cut out. It's pretty cool. Yay!
I just wanna see the same things you can see, understand the meaning on a new degree.
So it's the next morning, day 2 of this project. I spent all day yesterday, pretty much till about 11 o'clock at night, on the shirt, on the mock-up of the shirt in muslin. Just worked really slowly. I had some issues with solving some puzzles and trying to figure out what the directions were saying, and all the little things that come with learning learning how to do something. So far it's coming along good. I don't have any sleeves on it yet, but it looks like a shirt already. Yeah, I realized some things I did wrong that I'll fix in the main piece. Taken a seam ripper to this whole entire thing twice, just the collar all the way around, twice now. On the 3rd attempt, I finally got it. I was ready to like jump up and do a big dance, and then I realized when I flipped it over, I had caught the collar fabric in the seam, like extra fabric. See how it folded here? Oh my goodness. I've learned so much in the last 3 hours about sewing, actually, and about sewing around a circle like this.
I just wanna go out.
Okay, success. I actually sewed the bottom part of the collar. That was extremely difficult, but I did it.
Like to talk with you. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk.
So I finished the mock-up. It's complete and I'm really happy with it. It's extremely satisfying to hold a garment that I actually made and see somebody wear it, and Yulin said it's really comfortable and roomy and it fits nice. The only alteration that we're going to make is to lower the front of the shirt because it's a bit short. And yeah, there was definitely some bumps in the road in this journey. It took me quite a few days to figure it out. It worked out, and I think making the final shirt will be a lot faster because of doing this practice shirt. So yeah, we're gonna do the diamond pattern now. There are several Choctaw designs found on traditional clothing, each carrying its own meaning. The most common, and the one I'm attempting with this shirt, is the diamond pattern. The diamonds, inspired by the diamondback rattlesnake, symbolize respect for nature. In the half diamond pattern, the lines represent the road of life, while the rising and falling shapes reflect the good and the bad we encounter along the way. The hills and valleys, the joyful seasons and the difficult ones. For Yulin's wedding shirt, we considered the half diamond pattern especially meaningful as a symbol of the promise we were about to make to one another, for better or for worse. But before I could make any of that, I had to figure out how to actually construct the applique. I found a few brief tutorials online from Choctaw women, which gave me a place to start. But much of the process came down to studying the pattern and problem solving my way through it. This is going to take some thinking and problem solving, but anyway, I'm thankful I have this other shirt to study and investigate as my reference. place them on here. They're a little wobbly, but I don't think anyone will notice from afar. And then let's see the distance they should be. So from outer to outer, it's 1 1/8 inch. With AI and Google and YouTube and everything, most things you can look and find a tutorial or somebody showing you how to do it. I think over time that's really going to hurt our critical thinking and problem solving skills, because if we never have to find our own way and figure out things ourselves, I don't think that's good. I think we're going to end up losing, our future generations are going to end up losing that natural ability that I think is a skill that you sort of develop as a child, with just taking whatever you have in your immediate surroundings to be creative and play and build things. Like my dad said, when he was a little boy, he would play with those Gilbert Erector kits where all the pieces of like an airplane or something is in a box, and you figure out how to assemble it. It's important to remember as we move forward, before you reach for the answer elsewhere, because you know it's at your fingertips, taking a second to think, can I figure this out on my own? I really believe that it's an important skill for humans to nurture, and we might be in danger of losing it if we don't hold on to that and practice it. So I'll get off my soapbox and get back to work, but I just wanted to say that. Okay, so it's time for the final fabric. Does that look okay?
Yeah, I don't care if you do it that way too, it doesn't matter.
Do you think it's
It's a little wide.
okay? You want it more, just slightly more that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd make the outside shape 12 by 11.
12 by 11.
Yeah.
Let me write that down. So I figured by making this initial strip, this is 1 inch wide, and all these diamonds are 1 inch in width and height. And I just made this long strip longer than I needed, and I placed it over here, found the center of the shirt, and lined up a diamond point on the center, and then counted 7 on each side, making a total of 15 with the one in the center. I've got the U pattern drawn out on a piece of paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this U shape out and place it on the fabric piece just to position it and see how it looks before I actually commit to it. So I ultimately decided to do the full diamond shape instead of the half diamond design. I originally wanted to do the half diamond for the reasons I mentioned, but it ended up taking me way too long and frustrating me, and it wasn't fun. So if I had more time, I certainly would give it my all. And I'd like to try it in the future, but for this particular project, I really needed things to be moving along. And so I chose the pattern that made more sense to me and had a smoother workflow, and that was the full diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and cut these. These are the 2 roads. They're going to be a 1/4 inch thick once they're folded in. So that's the first one I just pressed. Mind you, none of this is sewed on. I'm just pressing everything so that sewing is easier. And oh my goodness, it already looks so good. So I've gotten both the sleeves done, and now I'm gonna work on the collar. I actually had a breakthrough yesterday when I was ironing these. I figured out a method that made it go way faster, so I even timed myself. So I'm figuring out my process, which is good, speeding things up, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this completed. So I have to fold all the corners in like this, and I use the iron to press each corner in like little origami pieces, and then it makes the diamond, see? I first start with a crease down the middle, then I snip every inch, and I put a dot at the halfway where the points are going to be. I was using my fingers before, and the steam was kind of burning the tips of my fingers. It took me like 45 minutes to an hour to do just one strip of diamonds, but now I've cut it down to like 15 to 18 minutes. My 2 tools are this needle, and then the other tool obviously is the iron, but the tip of the iron. Lift up this point on this side with the edge of the iron while pressing down right on the point with the needle. And I'll just push, and by holding down on the point there, it aligns it. And then while that's pressing, I'll push up with the needle on this side and press down, move over, press. And then I'll guide the next one up, press. Press, lift, anchor, press, lift, anchor, press. There's my diamonds. I am ready to assemble the shirt, the final shirt. I've got all the pieces diamond up. I finished the collar, which was pretty tricky because of that corner there. I had to cut these corners. It reminds me of framing. It's pretty tricky, but I got it done, and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really clean and good. So now's the home stretch. I'm going to assemble all these pieces and just pray that I don't mess it up. Okay, here goes nothing. It's funny thinking back to where I was on the practice shirt. At this stage, I was so confused because of the way that the directions were written. I was way off. But I'm doing much better now. And sewing all those diamonds really helped me with my confidence of sewing in a straight line too since then, which is pretty cool. First 2 pieces connected. The process got really intense at this point, and I had stopped filming. I had hoped that because I'd already made the practice shirt, putting the final shirt together would go fairly quickly. It didn't. I always manage to get it tangled. Why is that? And then I gotta take this off. What's wrong here? Everything still seemed to take so much longer than I had expected, and I had given myself a deadline. We were leaving for a family camping trip the next day, and I really wanted this shirt finished before we left, because when we got home, I needed to turn all of my attention onto making my wedding dress. All right. See the shirt's in there. I'm going to sew along this line here to get the yoke pieces together. So you pull it out of here like so, and then you've got a front and the back attached. So I just kept going and going. The later it got, the more tired I became, and the more tired I became, the more mistakes I made. But at that point, I was determined. I was finishing the shirt before I went to bed. Finally, sometime around 1 a.m, I sewed the last stitch on the right sleeve. I remember leaning back in my chair and letting out this enormous sigh of relief. It was done. After a few moments, I got up and went to turn the shirt right side out so I could finally see the whole thing finished. And at the exact moment I flipped it right side out, there was this enormous crack of thunder. I looked at the shirt, and the right sleeve was inside out. The thunderclap was so perfectly timed that for a second I felt like I was in a movie. Unfortunately, the inside-out sleeve was very real. I had absolutely nothing left, so I put the shirt on the mannequin exactly as it was and went to bed. The next morning, after some sleep, I took the sleeve apart and sewed it back on the right way, and it didn't take that long. And finally, the shirt was finished.
Yo, yeah, you. Yo, yeah, you. Way ha, way ha, way ha, way ha, way ha, way ha. Wahio, yeah, way ha, way ha, way ha, way ha, way ha, way ha. Wahio.
What you're about to witness today is excellence in action.